Alrighty, y'all. Hey, hey, how is it going? Let's get right into it with what is up with Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is literally amazing. I am not a huge basketball fan, but I can't think of any major controversies or anything sticking out with Michael Jordan. I know recently he's been involved in other industries, and doing lots of business deals, some with NASCAR and all of these things. But something funny happened that is kind of trending right now, so I'll share it. Michael Jordan has this neck grab incident at the 2026 NASCAR celebration. It says after a win at a Kansas Speedway by his team, the T3XI Racing, Jordan approached Denny Hamlin and grabbed him by the neck while celebrating. The moment was seen as playful but looked awkward on video. Reports say that Jordan wrapped his hand around Hamlin's neck and kissed the side of his head, which many viewers found strange or uncomfortable when the clip went viral online. It blew up online and sparked mixed reactions, and the video spread quickly on social media with some fans joking about it and others calling it weird or inappropriate, even though it appeared to be friendly trash talking between competitive partners. So, this is my take. I have not seen the full video. I've only seen stills from the viral video, and it just looks funny to me. It's just like he's so big and tall, you just see his random hand around this guy's neck, and the guy just looks a little caught off guard. So I think it's funny, but again, I might not be the best one to ask because I did not see the full context of the video. But just knowing Michael Jordan, he does seem to be overall pretty non-problematic, pretty cool, chill guy. So I'm just gonna kind of go with that. And this was probably just a funny thing. But I will use this to say this. Nowadays online, a lot of things get clipped. Like they'll take a video and clip it and say a bunch of things that make that one particular clip look awkward. So that could be something at play here. So I always tell people if you really want to know, try to find somewhere to watch the whole video and then kind of make an opinion. But then also you got to talk about AI. Like that it could be a doctor video or something like that. So you just really never know. But I always say until the person has a track record of being problematic or doing weird stuff, if you see them like do something randomly weird, it could have just been, one random bad take or just one little thing. So, we just kind of got to take things with a grain of salt sometimes. I think that maybe he was just, in the moment and then doing something silly and jokingly and all of that. So, we'll see. I'm sure if there's really something up, we will see more of it trending. But in the meantime, hey, it seems pretty good for now. And yeah, we'll just keep it going with that and not give it too much of a thing. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm having a hard time hearing myself a little bit. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, moving along. So let's talk about something that is trending now about Alzheimer's research. This is some good news for the Alzheimer's folks. You could see a lot of this trending right now if you go to some of the major health outlets. You can kind of find some articles that'll give you more info what's going on with Alzheimer's. But anywho, researchers have found a biomarker called PTAUT17 in blood that can signal Alzheimer's related brain changes years, even decades before symptoms appear. It may work earlier and more easily than current brain scans. The blood test can sometimes detect risks before abnormalities show up on PET scans. And PET scans are just those brain scans which are currently the standard, but they are more extensive and invasive. It's promising, but not ready for everyday use as of yet. So while the results are strong, scientists are still doing more research and larger studies, and the test can't yet guarantee that someone will develop dementia. It is only an indication of risk. So this is great, guys. So if this continues to trend in the right direction where they can actually use a blood test to figure out, if you maybe have a predisposition to developing Alzheimer's, or you're already starting to show some little things in your blood. That could be a good thing. I think with my 2 cents, and remember, I don't really know that much. I feel like this could be something to where a lot of us may actually have that. Some people are going to go on to develop full on Alzheimer's. For some people, maybe it just stops at being forgetful, or, just kind of losing some cognitive function as we age. But at least if we do have these tests available, we might be able to go ahead and do earlier interventions, and we might be able to kind of give people who are really starting to trend that way some additional resources, additional treatments, things like that, so that maybe they don't develop the full on disease. So that is great. 3 cheers for that. Okay, we always get like a lot of bad news. So whenever I see little things happening like this, I always want to share it because it's good to hear good news sometimes. Like straight up, like these scientists are amazing, guys. They are literally amazing. Let's move it along. So next one, this one is another kind of kiki cackle like we had in the beginning, but I don't know if you guys have heard about this Russian incident where this random tiger got loose at the circus. So a tiger escaped into an audience during a circus performance in Russia. The incident happened when a protective barrier slash net suddenly failed, allowing the tiger to leap out of the ring and into the crowd. Okay, first of all, that would have been my reaction. I'd have been like, okay, if I survive this, whoever put this circus together, it's not going to be pretty, because by the time I'm done with you, you're going to wish that the tiger got to me, because now I'm up on you like the tiger would have been up on me. And yeah, literally insane. So of course, panic broke out among the spectators. Many of the families were seen freezing, screaming, or trying to move away as the tiger wandered through the seating area. No serious injuries were reported, and the tiger was contained. Despite the chaos, the circus staff were able to regain control of the animal, and there were no confirmed injuries from this incident. So, y'all, what would you do? Like, imagine sitting there and this tiger gets loose. I would have literally been like so out of it. Like, I don't even know what I would have done. Like, I think I would have just tried to duck under my seat, but that would not have been a good idea either, because now you're really trapped and you about to be this tiger's lunch. But I do believe this is why here in the States we really don't see too many animals at circuses anymore. I think that whole Singrid, I remember that when I was a kid. It was something Singfred, sing something. They were a circus act, and they had all kinds of tigers and lions and all this stuff. It's a fuzzy memory because it's a childhood memory, but girl, I remember they was doing something with animals in the circus, and that thing attacked one of them, and ever since then I have not seen any animals on the circuses here in the USA unless they are very docile ones. But I did recently take my family to a circus, and there were no animals. And I think that's a good thing, because, circuses, they travel around the country, and, you get in these animals, you're putting them in the cage, taking them here, taking them there. They don't know what's going on, and they're constantly kind of surrounded by people and loud noises. And I just don't imagine that any animal really wants that type of life. So, yeah, I think it's good. So, Russia, y'all might want to take a page out of our playbook and leave the animals out of the circus. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the men fertility real quick. Men fertility, it's a lot of times, a lot of stuff on the women that are thrown at us. The in vitro, and all these things that we have to do. But the men, we're talking about the men. This was an interesting article up on CNN that's trending about how the impact, excuse me, how sperm is impacted by stress. So, chronic stress affects hormones and body systems, which can lead to lower sperm count, reduced motility of the sperm, and damage DNA, making conception harder. So again, we are always hearing like, oh, if the couple can't have a baby, is usually the woman, blah blah blah. We've got so much more evidence now that sometimes it's a twofold thing. It could be both parties, but this could be a thing too, where maybe the woman is fine, but the man is so stressed out. Maybe he's got multiple wives that he ain't, telling his main wife about, and side chicks, and drug abuse issues, and all kinds of other garbage he's doing on the side that is stressing him out. And then here is his lovely wife thinking they have a nice relationship, and are trying to have a baby, meanwhile not knowing they can't conceive is because her husband is out here living foul and stressed about it. And so now his sperm is not mobile, okay, and is causing the issue. So a lot of women can feel that way about that. So if you are in a loving relationship and maybe you're having this type of issue, I know we just talked about, a crazy example. I don't know why I went off on that random tangent. But now let's switch the gears and say, okay, now let's say he ain't stressed out about living foul. Maybe he's just got normal stresses of everyday life. You are in a loving relationship and being treated well, and you guys are trying to conceive, and it's just not happening for you. Don't just put it all on you. Of course, examine your diet, try to increase your exercise, see a fertility specialist. All these things will help improve your chances of conceiving and improve your fertility, but also address your husband. Make sure he's having a balanced diet, make sure he's managing his stress, make sure he is exercising, because these things do affect the fertility and motility of the sperm. And again, if the sperm is not mobile, no matter what you've got going on, if you're healthy as a little lamb, it's still not going to happen because his sperm is immobile. So it's probably best to kind of test from both angles. Test, your husband, get yourself tested. Both of you do all the things to try to get the best outcome. So we'll see if more research is developed on this, but I thought that was worth a share because a lot of people are struggling with infertility these days. So anything we could do to help is always a good thing. Now let's move it along to the next topic. Let's talk about these viral squishy dumplings. I'm tired of the viral squishy dumplings. Okay. The reason I'm tired of the squishy dumplings and the reason I want to do this to everybody who is going crazy over these squishy dumplings is because number one, for me, I look at things like, is this wasteful? Like, they're cute, they're fun, but when I see people buying these up by the cases and wasting their money, and then have the nerve to turn around and talk about, I can't pay my car insurance, I can't pay my rent, I can't pay my light bill, all because you bought 6 cases of squishy dumplings for like $2,000. I really don't like it. And it's kind of fun for the kids, and I get it, but I think that's really the realm that it should stay in. For example, my kids like these. They have seen them online and they had wanted them for a while. I was like, what is this squishy dumpling mess that people are talking about? Like, what is going on? And they kind of, brought me up to speed on it and everything. But basically, a lot of these things are being sold at places like Five Below, and they're collectible. And their gimmick to get you to keep buying them is you don't know what color, excuse me, that you will get until you buy it. And the goal is to get the viral shiny one, the one that is the, what do they call it? What do they call it? The name just flew out of my head. The name just flew out of my head. It's the shiny one. Anyway, it looks like confetti, okay? So that's what they really want, is to get this one squishy dumpling that looks like a little confetti dumpling. It's more shiny, it's gold, whatever, right? And so I think it's very clever marketing to get people to buy because, of course, if you're the company, you're going to put more of the blue ones and red ones and pink ones in circulation and only put out a couple of those other ones because you want people to keep buying so that they can finally get a shiny one and they can go online and they could say ooh and make their little TikTok video of how they found a shiny gold dumpling. Okay. So these dumplings are actually also replicas of like a Chinese dumpling box. So the box that it comes in looks like a dumpling and it's a big squishy like stress toy basically. We were able to hunt some down because most of the places they are selling out immediately because this is a viral product and people are going nuts for them. I'm sure a fight has broken out somewhere over the squishy dumplings. We just ain't heard no reports about it yet. But I'm sure that it has happened because there's been lots of viral videos of literal grown women fighting kids for squishy dumplings. Like they want them for themselves. It's not even like, hey, I'm elbowing this random 6-year old so that my kid could get it. It's like, no, I'm the grown woman. I'm collecting the squishy dumplings and I'm elbowing and dropping bows on 6-year olds because I want them for myself at any cost. Black eyes, whatever it is, that is how it is going down to get these squishies. And it's just sick, y'all. It's sick and sad. As many people are struggling for cash and to make their ends meet, then you got fools out here going hard for squishy dumplings. Like it's just not a good look. But anyway, I finally with my kid's friend and our friend, we all went out and we were like, "Hey, we're gonna get these squishy dumplings." They were so excited because our friend was gonna be with us. We went to one place which was Five Below. They did not have it in the store, y'all. There was other kids walking around, teenagers hunting for these squishy dumplings. They're like, "Oh my gosh, they're not here. What are we gonna do?" Like this is a literal catastrophe because these squishy dumplings are not here. So they went from store to store because this mall is not that big. So we kept running into them in other locations and they were talking about how they were trying to get these squishy dumplings. So it's a whole thing, and it's a little crazy, but Imma let them have it. So, basically, the other thing that I would tell you guys to keep in mind about the squishy dumplings is one thing that I did not like about it, this is kind of the safety point, that I wanted to mention, is when the kids opened the box, the smell that came out, it reeked of spray paint and chemical, and I did not like that. Like, it smells like the cheapest squishy toy. Like, usually a good squishy toy, like, does not smell like literal spray paint. These literally smell like spray paint, and it was so bad I had to crack a window as we were going down the road to let the fumes out. Now, I don't even want my kids playing with these. They've already basically forgotten about them and they've only had them for about 3 days, which is all the reason why I always tell parents do not waste your money on toys because these kids don't actually care about these toys. They see it, they want it, you get it, they forget it. My max for any toy is $5. You ain't getting no more than $5 out of me for you to look at it one time, forget about it, jump up and down on it for 6 times, and then lose it. And then I'm sitting somewhere mad. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So don't waste your money. But anyway, I just wanted to share that point because I really don't like the way that they smell so chemically and like spray paint. And I'm not sure how safe these are, especially if you have small kids who want to put things in their mouths. Mine are a little past that point where they're not, putting stuff in their mouth like that, like the small toddlers are. So, I definitely, if I had a small toddler, I would not get these because even with the chemical smell, they are going to be more susceptible to, issues with that stuff. So I wouldn't, and even with older kids, I would make sure that they're not doing anything weird, like put them in a microwave or doing some viral thing that they seen people do because, this could be something that could be burning, them if it's heated up or releasing a chemical because it certainly smells like chemical. I will say after having it open and out of the little dumpling package, for days, I no longer smell the smell. So that is a step in the right direction. But we always think just because we don't smell something, that something is not still toxic. But that is not always the case. So I'm pretty sure mine are going to forget about them. And then when they do fully forget about them and they haven't asked me for a while, when they plan, somewhere else, maybe they're not at home, maybe they're out with dad doing another activity, I'm just going to go into their room and promptly put them in the trash. And then that'll be the end of that. So, guys, this was a few just quick ones for today. Let me know in the comments below. Have you seen these squishies? How many have you bought? Are you about that life? Have you seen any of these trending videos that we talked about? What would you do, girl, if that lion or that tiger, excuse me, had jumped out into the audience and you were there? And truth be told, another thing too, guys, this is why when you go visit or move to other countries, these are the like micro things that may pop out and scare you and you don't even realize. Like, that's really, like I said before, not a thing having live animals like that in circuses here. But that's not to say it's not still a thing in Russia, China, Africa, anywhere else that you might be visiting. So again, you got to consider these things. You got to move with intention. You got to be careful. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's important. Welcome to Work It Lady Podcast, where it's time to put in the work regarding educating yourself on all areas of your health and well-being. At Work It Lady Podcast, we are dedicated to empowering women to take control of their health and mental well-being. Our mission is to provide women with the knowledge, inspiration, and tools needed to transform their lives, from improving nutrition and fitness, navigating womanhood, and if you're a mom, excelling at motherhood. Step 1, like this episode. Step 2, share it with someone you love, and even the haters, they need help too. Step 3, subscribe on podcasts, subscribe on YouTube, join our mailing list to stay in the loop on classes and events. I am so happy you made it here, girl. Thank you.